Hi, my name is Rina Sunder. I'm the CEO and founder of EnteringIndia.
My name is Micheline from Riemsdijk. I'm an assistant professor in human geography at the University of Tennessee.
Yes. And today the topic that we are going to talk about is recruiting foreign talent, especially Indians, to Norway.
And can you tell me a little bit why companies choose to bring Indians to those countries instead of choosing the route of outsourcing?
Well, India is famous for its highly skilled, educated young people, and every year nearly more than 500,000 Indians graduate from higher education, from engineering, and it has to be seen as an investment for Norwegian companies to get Indians to Norway in order to understand the culture of Norway, the company, corporate culture, and it's a kind of investment in order to reduce further challenges that occur when you don't have that understanding across the countries. In order to invest in people, I think it is a very smart move to invite Indians to Norway in order to get them integrated in the company that they are going to work with. Research also shows that people who have some kind of loyal feeling towards the corporation, they also tend to stay longer in the company. So in order to get Indians to Norway and invest in them, what the Norwegian companies will get back in return will be Indians who understand the corporate culture, Indians hopefully that will be easier to communicate with. Well, normally we always regard India as a country with IT specialists only, but that is not the case. Indians are doing very, very well in other sectors as well. The institute IIT is a highly ranked institution. And if we look at the sectors in Norway, Norway majorly focus on 4 sectors when it comes to recruiting talents. It's ICT, it's oil and gas, and it's maritime and renewable energy. So those are the sectors that recruit people from India.
Can you talk a little bit about the challenges that these companies face when they do recruit talent from India?
To recruit somebody from India to Norway, it's a huge challenge for the Indian coming to this country. That for Indians is very, very strange. It's a cold country, it's a small country, coming from a country where you have 1.2 billion people compared to 4.5 million Norwegians, is a challenge. First of all, the climate. Then to understand the Norwegian culture. Norway is one of the richest countries in the world. We have a very privileged lifestyle, which makes us very sufficient, like we are not part of the EU. So in many ways I think Indians can think of India and Norway as a very closed country, where it's hard to build a network, where it's hard to socialize. Because of the beautiful nature of Norway, Norwegians have their own cabins, they have their friends, they have the social circle, which might be very hard for foreign talent to feel that they can be part of. In Scandinavia, people are very down to earth. We are so, everybody want to be equal. And I think that's one of the challenges, to be a boss. To find the balance, to be a boss with clear orders towards the Indians, while also open up so they should feel confident and comfortable in order to raise their opinions, which is something they are not used to. Because in India you tend to just follow the instructions and what your boss say, while in Norway you would like to have a discussion and you would like to have all the opinions coming up. So in one way I think Norwegians, both women and men, have to behave more like boss, like sirs or madams. And that could be something as basic as maybe even they have to change the title in order to get that respect from Indians. I think every company has different sets of challenges, but still there are some that are common. For instance, if you hire a group of Indians, you know how to deal with this group of Indians. And what I hear from my clients is that Indians themselves have a hierarchy within themselves, which is hard for the Norwegians to understand. For instance, if there's a girl and she's younger than 3-4 of the other Indians in that group, and she's a project manager, that could be a challenge. Or if somebody that belongs to another caste, a lower caste, if that person has a more flashy apartment, for instance, that can be seen as an insult for a person from a higher class. And but I think the biggest challenge for the Norwegians is the status thing. Indians are very hierarchical oriented. Everybody belongs to a system, and you have a very clear line of who's the boss. And titles means a lot in India. On the daily life, Indians are not used to doing things themselves. You know, resourceful Indians are used to having maids and servants, and some Indians see it as an insult that they have to cook their own food or they have to wash their own toilet, which we all Scandinavians do. So there are small things that will be small challenges that companies probably are not used to, but they have to deal with in some way. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about your research and your experiences in India?
I interviewed IT specialists and HR managers in IT companies in Bangalore, in India, and I was interested in how those companies recruit and retain the talent that they need. Because if you're an IT specialist and you have an education from a high-level institution and you speak good English, you usually have a lot of different options of where you could work. And so I was interviewing companies in Bangalore to try to find out what they do to attract and retain those highly skilled workers. And what I found is a very high turnover rate. So young people having lots of options, and especially when they talk with their friends and they find out that their friends have higher paying jobs, more prestigious jobs, they will go and switch jobs quite easily. And the companies know that, and they can't really compete because the salary increases are usually so high when people switch jobs that the companies can't really compete. But what they do is they keep track of where their employees go, and then once they have acquired more skills in another company, they will try to hire them back.
Interesting.
And the other thing that I found is there's a hierarchy of companies where the graduates want to work. So at the top are the American companies, like for example Google, and then you have at the next level Indian product companies or other international product companies, and then at the lowest level you have the service companies like Infosys or Wipro, for example. So those were my main findings of that research.
Oh, that's interesting. Thank you for sharing that.
And is there anything Norwegian companies can do to help make that process a little easier?
Yes, there are a few Norwegian companies that are doing very well when it comes to integrating foreign talent. And mainly it is the HR department that has to look at their own corporate culture. How can they integrate these people that we have employed? How can they show them that we are valued? And how can they show some kind of appreciation so that these Indians feel loyal to the company? Because what we see in Norway is that some companies that hire Indians on projects is that in some companies 50% of the Indians they just disappear. And then when I ask the company what happened, are the Indians happy, and they say, well, we don't know. They never say anything. But 50% actually leave. One country that has managed to integrate foreign talent in a very, very good way, I think, is Singapore. Singapore has managed to take the position as the #1 business hub of Asia. And the reason why they have succeeded is probably because they value the foreign talent. It is possible for people coming from Malaysia or China or Japan or India to join the elite straight away. Because they are valued on the merits and the education. While in Norway you have the language, which is the biggest challenge for foreign people coming to Norway. That without the Norwegian language, you are just not you can't be integrated the same way. And the way Singapore value, I mean, they build the whole country on the foreign talent, and that is something I think Norway can learn from. A lot of things that Singapore is doing very, very well. It's a success story itself. And I think Norway, Sweden and Denmark can learn a lot if they look at how the Singaporeans are integrating foreign resourceful, skilled talent. We also have success stories like Oprah, which has been ranked as one of the most popular places to work, where they have been doing a lot of things in order to integrate not only the Indians but all employees from different parts of the world. And that could be having different cuisine in the kitchen, at the canteen. It could be having parties. It could be to have a mentor. It could be what they have done is to invite somebody home. So that it's about making a new person feel at home, at ease, in order to enjoy going to work and feel appreciated. Thank you, Micheline. It was a pleasure answering your questions.
Mine too. Thank you.